David Fantair on behalf of the plaintiff.
Ms. Battle, please hit *6. Unmute your device and state.
Hello? Hello?
Please state.
It's Denise Battle on a special appearance for the record to contest the jurisdiction and the facts before this court.
Yep. All right. Well, Ms. Battle, I'll tell you that this matter is appropriately in the correct court. The court does have jurisdiction.
And it's based on what? What is on the record that is based on that the court has jurisdiction?
The fact that this is a case that is within the jurisdiction of the Township of Ypsilanti, and if you have issues related to any contracts, that would be within this jurisdiction as well. So all of that is within the jurisdiction of this court.
So you're saying that the contract is in jurisdiction of the court?
That is what I just said, ma'am.
All right, and the contract has been rescinded. So how is the contract in the jurisdiction of the court if it's invalid?
Who gets to rescind a contract on their own? That's
what are you talking about? I have the right to rescind a contract by right of common law.
Ms. Battle,
that doesn't involve court.
Ma'am, you need to stop talking or you're going to get held in contempt of court. Mr. Fantier, have you had a chance to talk to Ms. Battle? I talked to Ms.
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Mr. Fantera, do you need to speak with her, or are we ready to speak?
If you want me to speak to her, I'll speak to her. She talks about rescinding the contract.
Buckle up, folks. Today's video isn't just one sovereign citizen meltdown. It's 4 of them, back to back, each one more delusional than the last. We're starting in Judge Washington's courtroom, where a tenant facing eviction decides rent is optional if you declare yourself above the law. From there, we'll jump to a defendant who thinks resisting arrest is no big deal, a meth possession case where the accused is sure he's found a loophole, and finally, a man who believes courtroom rules simply don't apply to him. These aren't just legal cases. They're full-on crash courses in denial, defiance, and delusion. Watch closely. You'll see the same tricks, the same buzzwords, and the same self-destruction, just in 4 different flavors. So grab your popcorn, because by the end of this, you'll be shouting at the screen like,
out.
Are you moving out?
No. Why would I have to move out?
Because if you rescind a contract, okay, fine. Your Honor, I think let's set this for trial.
Okay. One moment.
This case has also been in the it's in the circuit court. A petition filed for an injunction. I did serve you all. It is set on the 30th.
Yes, ma'am. I heard.
We're aware.
Okay. And once again, I do not submit to the jurisdiction of the court. The contract is rescinded.
So how can the
And
contract?
I am not a legal person.
You're not a legal person?
How can a contract? No, I'm not a legal person. I'm not a legal entity. No, I am not. And you have to prove that on the record.
Actually, I don't.
I'm sorry.
Can I ask Ms. Battle a question, Your Honor, real quick?
Sure.
So, Ms. Battle, so you can live there forever without paying rent because you're not a legal person?
That's not what I'm saying, but the contract itself is invalid. I'm saying that you don't have any personal or subject matter jurisdiction over me. Over an invalid contract, no. And over me not having a legal capacity to be sued, yes. So if that's how you want to take it, then that's how you have to take it. But that's what's lawful, and that's what's written in the law.
Let me just tell you, I think you're wrong on both counts. I would expect that we would.
It's okay for you to think that I'm wrong, but the facts still align with what I'm saying.
Okay, Your Honor, I think we should have a trial.
You have to prove without the reasonable doubt. So let the record show that the judge has not required the plaintiff to prove without a reasonable doubt that I am a legal person, and it's on the record, not assumed, not presumed, on the record. There's nothing that's on the record that states.
Ms. Battle, first of all, reasonable doubt is a standard in a criminal case, not a civil case. So I do not have to prove anything beyond a reasonable doubt.
I need both of you to stop talking.
here it is. The sovereign citizen's opening move, special appearance, and I don't consent to jurisdiction. They throw these phrases around like they're cheat codes for the justice system. But courts don't need your permission to operate. If the case is properly filed and you're the named party, congratulations. You're in jurisdiction whether you like it or not. The funniest part? She's in court, speaking to the judge, while insisting the court has no authority. That's like arguing with a referee while still playing the game.
For a trial on any and all issues that may be before the court. Ms. Battle, if you have anything else that you need to say, you can unmute yourself by hitting *6 to do that.
Okay, I just find it ironic that I got muted when I was speaking on jurisdiction and how there was a lack thereof on the record. So I want that to be on the record. But I also wanted to, okay, that's fine. And I also wanted to be on the record that I am not going to be able to show up on May the 6th. So it's also ironic that you are able to verify with him that he's able to show up but not with myself.
I just asked you that, and you are now talking about something else. Why can't you do this?
That's because you cut me off and put me inside of a break room and muted my mic instead of allowing me to speak on what needs to be spoken on.
All right, this is set for May 6th at 3.
Your Honor, by Zoom? By Zoom?
Correct.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
It's ridiculous. This is a fraud upon
To the contract nonsense. Denise says she rescinded her lease under common law, basically claiming she waved a magic wand and the agreement no longer exists. But here's the truth. You can't just declare a binding lease null and void on your own. Courts exist precisely because both sides don't get to unilaterally decide what's valid. What she's really trying to do is stay in the property without paying. Sovereign citizens dress freeloading up with legal jargon, but at that, end of the day, it's the same old scam. Rent-free living until the sheriff
-21665FH. This is a date and time set for a final pretrial conference. Today was the motion deadline for both motions and motion in limines to be heard. Jury instructions were to be provided to the court by April 2nd, along with any proposed voir dire questions. We are set for trial on April 22nd of 2025. Mr. Raymer, you are charged with police officer resisting and obstructing causing injury, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 4 years in prison. Police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing, that carries up to 2 years in prison. There's 2 of those. And then there's a disorderly. And what is the plea offer in this file?
Your Honor, the people have offered to a plea of 2 counts to attempted R&O.
All right.
So 2 misdemeanors, and we would kill a brute to no upfront jail.
All right. Mr. Raymer, the plea offer in this case was to plead to 2 one-year misdemeanors with no upfront jail, and there'd be like 12 months or so of probation, some minimal fines and costs. Do you understand that? All right. Now, Mr. Raymer, you know, I'm assuming you graduated from high school, right?
8th grade.
You went through 8th grade, and this is a felony that could result in you going to prison. Why don't you stand in front of that podium for me? So do you understand an attorney can help guide you through the legal process?
Yes, I tried to have, I almost had a public defender. Unfortunately, she wasn't representing me appropriately. I'd asked for another one, but.
So I have no authority over who gets appointed. You're appointed an attorney.
I understand that, but when they're not representing you appropriately.
Okay, I didn't ask that. I'm just saying you have a right to an attorney. I know the attorney you're referring to. She's diligent. She works hard. Maybe you didn't like, I know when I was a public defender, sometimes my clients didn't like what listen to me, I'm talking. My clients didn't like the things that I told them. But, you know, her job isn't to do what you want. Her job is to represent the law. So you understand at this point, you can hire an attorney or you can go with the public defender and whoever they assign.
It is the I am not a legal person claim. Sovereign citizens often split themselves into 2 identities, the flesh and blood human and the strawman legal entity. They think by denying the strawman, they dodge responsibility. Spoiler, it's nonsense. Courts don't play along with make-believe identities. If your name's on the lease, you're the tenant. Period. What makes this hilarious is Denise insisting she can't be sued, while literally being sued in court. If irony paid rent, she'd be a
If there's
No, if they were due,
if there's evidence provided against me, I have a right to defend myself using that very same.
that wasn't the question I asked you.
That's
You do have
exactly-
a right to defend yourself, Mr. Raymer. I'm just.
My
simply-
right for violence.
I'm talking, you're not. If you don't stop talking and listen to me so I can go through my speech, I will send you over to the jail. Do you understand? All right. You have not filed any motions. Jury instructions were due and voir dire questions were due. You have not provided those. We gave you a copy of this. So do you understand what I've received is what will be used? Yes or no?
I will be allowed to ask my questions.
What question?
When I'm cross-examining, I will get my.
I'm talking about juror question. I'm talking about jury instructions and voir dire questions. You understand now? You
I don't
didn't
have-
file, listen, I know, but you waived that because you have not provided them. Do you understand that? Do you understand that?
No, I don't. I don't
Okay.
understand that. I didn't understand that.
Okay, well, I
That's why I
can't
wanted to
advise
be
you of the law because I'm not an attorney, I'm a judge.
No, but you
So-
were looking at the case and you've been presiding over my case for 3 years now.
I know, it's fine.
You're
You're
the one-
gonna go to
You're the one
trial.
that signed the warrant for my arrest while I was in jail.
I don't know that, I don't
Yes,
remember.
you did do that.
Okay, I'm allowed to do that.
No, you violated my rights. of
Okay,
privacy.
well, you have options. You can file a complaint with the JTC if you'd like. So are you prepared to go to trial?
Absolutely.
Have you provided your witness list?
I haven't yet, but I will.
Okay, that was due.
My witness list was provided when, Ms. Underwood was my attorney,
Okay,
and my witness list is.
have you subpoenaed any witnesses that were not on the prosecutor's raised just eyewitness list?
Yes, my witnesses are the ones that was there at the scene,
No,
and,
do
yes,
you understand that you have to provide a witness list and you have to provide a copy to the prosecutor? Do you understand that?
prosecutor, I gotta provide what to him?
So if you're gonna have witnesses at trial, you need to make sure the prosecutor has their name and contact information so that they could interview them prior to trial if they wanted.
masterclass in misunderstanding. Denise demands proof beyond a reasonable doubt that she's a legal person. The judge has to explain. That's a criminal trial standard. This is a civil eviction. Different rules, different burden of proof. But sovereign citizens love cherry-picking terms they have heard on TV. They think reasonable doubt applies everywhere, like a universal trump card. It's like demanding referees in basketball count touchdowns. Courts run on law, not buzzwords. And Denise is about to...
Okay, if you haven't provided a witness list and they're not on the people's list, you understand you won't be able to call them.
Okay, I will provide the information. I
Okay.
can provide that information. Yeah.
I'm just telling you. So you need to make sure that there's a witness list in the file that was provided to the people.
So I gotta re-provide it.
I don't know. Go back and look at what
I'll
witness
just-
list
I'll
has
just
been
do that
filed,
next week.
their name, their contact information. And then any subpoenas you have to do, if you have to subpoena anybody to be present, you need to get those filed this week. And then the court signs them and then you serve those people with those.
Okay.
Do you understand? Now, do you understand when we go to trial, a lot of times some of the questions you ask or he asks may be objected to, and it's not personal, it's just, we have to follow the law.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm allowed to object to though, right?
huh?
I'm allowed to object to.
You are, and then you have to provide the basis for that objection. Okay, so you need to understand your objection.
The judge moves things along and sets a trial date. But Denise won't let go. She accuses the court of fraud, claims she's been muted unfairly, and storms out declaring it all void. This is peak sovereign behavior. When they lose, it's always fraud or conspiracy. But here's the reality. Eviction courts are slow, but they're steady. She can scream fraud all she wants, but come May 6th, she'll be in trial. Sovereigns may stall, but they never win.